Oseo, everyone. How y'all doing today? I am Crow, your entertainer for this video, and welcome to the live stream. As y'all can see, we're doing Baldur's Gate 3, and we're continuing on with Corvus Draconus. Morthan meets the Dragonborn. Yeah. Please forgive the coughing. My allergies are acting up. I've got the windows open, and come hell or high water, I'm going to get some fresh air before it turns off too cold, or before it starts getting hot again, right before the cold snap. It's just perfect outside, and I want some fresh air to clean out the stuffiness of my apartment. So anyways, how y'all doing today? Doing good, I hope. Let me get the links sent out and everything. You want to know what? I know a better way of doing this. I'll just copy what I previously entered. If I could find it through all the, what I've been posting. For those of y'all that are curious, that's just horrible. That's horrible formatting. What was I going to say? For those of y'all that are curious, my stream time, the times that I stream is between noon, Eastern Standard. For y'all in Indiana, that's Eastern Standard. That's noon to right around 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I try to do that every single day, 7 days a week, barring things like doctor's appointments, physical therapy appointments, migraines, because I do suffer from chronic migraines, and there are days I just cannot play video games for y'all, and I'm not a podcaster, so I can't talk and keep talking without being distracted or interacting with something. Of course I could do showcase my writing and what I'm working on, but that's not going to be very entertaining for y'all because I'm not doing like a commission or anything, or even a request. By the way, I don't take commissions or requests when it comes to writing. My writing is very personal. But I will do like a book covers. If y'all want something like that, hit me up. I'm not that great at it, but if you just want something cheap and easy, hit me up. We'll see about price and what you're wanting. But yeah, actually, I'll give you the game screen while I'm doing this. Post that up. Oh, yeah, I didn't want... Hey, that one. Out of context, dogs. Puppy cutting a cake. You want to know what? I suddenly realized something. Actually, I didn't realize something. I've realized it for a long time. But I'm suddenly feeling sorry for all these AI artists. At least here in the States as of right now. Because these AI artists, they don't own the work they produce through the when they put it into the AI engine, the engines that produce the artwork. Because I am very much for the rights, the copyrights of people that create the work. Like the video game we're playing. I am all for the for Larian, Larian Games? I know Larian. I'm all for them being able to outright control the game. But I'm also for my right as a creator to be creating this video and manipulating the character and telling the story I have created so far. And it's not the story Larian Games originally created. Because the character we're doing is not from this setting. So, and how I'm controlling the character. Otherwise, in like a how I've done my stories, I'm all for creators' rights when it comes to copyrights, even the little bitty ones that don't really matter, and all the way up. I hate to say this, y'all probably be not going to like me for this. Corporations' rights, such as Google, Apple, and please do not dislike me for this, but if you do, leave a downvote. Or if you do like me for saying this, leave an upvote. Disney's rights when it comes to the stuff they've created. Because this is our work here as creators. As independent or as collaborative creators. But yeah. I'd have no idea where I was going with that, by the way. Oh yeah, AI. But as it currently stands in the United States, anything created by an AI algorithm, it cannot be copyrighted as of right now. So, yeah, all you AI all you AI artists out there that's generating all this artwork through a AI generators, like a Chat GPT and a Midjourney, thanks for the free art. Because currently the U.S. court systems and the U.S. Copyright Office is grouping those into basically public domain. I wish you that are putting in these commands actually owned it, but you don't. That's the state of the law. You own what you add to it afterwards by going in there and manually doing it, but you don't. So anyways, enough about that. But yeah, that was my schedule. That just sparked because I saw something on X about a AI artist not being able, about a little argument about AI artists owning their copyrights in a AI art, and I'm like, no, not in the United States. Because technically the United States considers all that a public domain. But anyways, let's get into the game, folks. The links have been set out. I could do it on Facebook, but I'm not going to go to Facebook if I can help it. I know Facebook already knows everything about me, but still. I'm reserving my as a United States citizen, I am using my right to right of association not to associate with them. Okay, that's off. Videos on high. But with YouTube, I'm basically always on YouTube, so I will associate with YouTube currently as much as possible. Maybe just even for my own self-interest, but hey, for y'all's too, because I'm hoping y'all are enjoying what I'm doing. I just hope I'm making a monkey of myself for y'all. Okay, video, audio, load. And we're at the campsite. I've done a little fiddling with the characters and everything. Installed a few things, installed a few mods, gotten rid of a few items. To let y'all know, I'm still working on the mod list. I don't know when it's going to be done. I've been so exhausted and depressed since my 2-3 day migraine. It's been ridiculous. So, what I've done was I've organized the toolbar a lot better. Why did that not... It's not sticking! Give me my gold spell. As y'all can see, I've kind of got rid of the loot. I would have really liked to kept the loot just because a minor instrument in following brackets of destruction. But I really wanted the Codex Gigas. The loot of the gods, or as I like to call it, a minor instrument, does not have translocate. And none of my other items have translocate on them. As you can see, that one has a teleportation, but none of my... I still haven't summoned Guinevere yet. As you can see, yeah, I've actually got the mod that ups everything, ups all stats by 20 for the underwear, for the underclothing. Cause I could have done it on a ring, or I did have it on a necklace that did it with a power word, but I can't. I think that was taken out of the basket full of the equipment mod. I'm not too sure if that one was it, so I just put it on the underwear. This one I found. I was using the role-playing ancient jewelry version of ancient jewelry, the role-playing version of ancient jewelry mod, but it was conflicting, so I switched it back to the cheat version, and I found this, and this just, even though I may not use it, actually you take no fall damage, which is great. I don't have to cast Feather. Do I have Feather on there? No, I don't. Great, I don't. So it doesn't matter how high I fall, I don't take fall damage, which is great. I did not even notice that. It just said Copper Crow amulet, and I put it on because Crow. And double dexterity modifier is added to your damage. So when I attack, my dexterity modifier is doubled. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, I like how it's described how to activate it. This is very ancient magic. Just holding it and staring into its eyes just transforms it from a tarnished copper into diamond. And accordingly, it says I've never even heard of such a thing before, and our character is very much well-adventured. And of course, I've got the Speak with Animals, a mod on that. It gives me the Speak with Animals passive. Speaking of which, I need to put that up. Yeah, I was just prepping for today. Yeah, I really wanted the loot, but I didn't have all this, and the Codex Gigas, the latest Codex Gigas update allows us to transform into a red dragon. So everything's better with dragons, so yeah. So anyways, also to a further update, I basically gave updated everybody's armor and weapons. I gave them a appropriately themed jewelry and equipment, ring of invincibility, shadow armor, medallion of health, movement speed up increases because she's the slowest of us all. Dark Justicar armor and all. Cloak of invisibility. Gale, I didn't update his wardrobe because I think he looks good just as is. I wish I could get something that's kind of similar, but just different. He's got Archmage's Pendant, just intelligence boosting, plus advantage on intelligence saving throws. Just a bit of gloves. I didn't really fix his spells and everything. Oh well. And some boots. I knew there was something I was missing out on. Oh well, ran out of time. And the Gith Yankee, I actually did a little bit of changing of her armor out. This isn't exactly its original color, because those y'all that use a basket full of equipment know this is actually a lot darker, so I just went ahead and dyed it. And I actually added the silver pauldrons, the shoulder plates. They're actually called pauldrons. It actually works with her. I'm using kind of this same setup in my own playthrough. I've got a longsword Lazille. She's not proficient with it, apparently. I wonder why. She's not proficient with longswords? Short sword? Short. She's not proficient with it? Weird. Says she is. Curiouser and curiouser. Oh, I'm not proficient with it. No, I'm thinking vibration, basically beads of the ancient warrior, attack bonus and initiative bonuses. Well, she gets a double action, I think, and a plus on initiative. She's a ring of armor plus 2. Armor proficiency, which she may have already had. Plus she gets proficiency with shields, not so much, because she's going to be our two-handed warrior. Warrior, fighter. I like warrior better than fire. But the main thing is magic resistance. And heat metal, which is a good spell, because just about everybody's going to be using some sort of metal item. So yeah. And that's about everything. Oh, and me. Basically same old, same old. Ring of the Elder Gods. Has replaced the Faerun Utility Ring, or the FU Ring for short. Still got the one ring of basket spells. I like to think of this as the one ring, but it's a basket spells. Excuse me. My morning coffee's trying to come up for seconds. Acid reflux. Coffee doesn't go well with it, but yeah. But yeah, this is kind of one ring of basket spells. It's just something I would want. The one ring of basket spells. The Codex Gigas. Underwear. I did put on the Drow outfit and kind of change it a little bit. I kind of like this to what we did have on, which was just the trousers and the waist sash. This way it actually looks like we have kind of like a shirt on without actually having a shirt on. It's more of a vest kind of thing. I did take the shoes off because with me, myself, I do not like wearing shoes. That's not kind of why I went with like an open-toed, a Naruto-like sandal boot. Actually, it's more of a Caligula thing. Not actually a Caligula thing, because that translates into little boots. But, is it Caligula? Calig? Or is it Ligula? Or is it Caligula? Oh! Oh, I learned this when dang it, when I was in my obsession about ancient footwear. When Metatron did a whole thing about ancient Roman footwear. Of course, I got the iron boots and all. P4's wardrobes. Dritz's cape, which I recolored, which actually I really like. It's almost like a duelist cape that you would see over the shoulder. And of course, I've got Guinevere, the Statue of Power, but I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. I got it there because I don't like empty slots, except for when it comes to feet. I've got the Golden Staff. Don't know if I'm going to use it. Honestly, I may just get rid of it and go open-handed. I still got my sling. Not proficient in it, but... Oh, wait, I lost my proficiency. Oh, son of a... Okay. I lost my proficiency. Activate all those again. But that also means no more taking, basically, take 20. So anyways, with all that out of the way, let's get going. That was enough time for everybody to filter in, right? Oh, we're here. Okie dokie. Phase 1, Infiltration.
Can't keep the goblins out forever. This is no fortress, we're no warriors.
This grove is kept by Sylvanus' faithful.
Moving ahead.
And again. Swing and swing and...
Oh, for the love, we missed Will. Oh, I was going to say, oh, for the love, we missed Will. But he's here.
Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
Why a rapier? Those are good for duels, but why a rapier? Adventuring, why a rapier? You want something like an arming sword, something two-bladed, or a falchion. I could even go for a scimitar. But a rapier? You want something for stabbing and slicing, not just stabbing. I wholeheartedly disagree with the use of a rapier. But you should listen to the word, kid. His form is rather impeccable.
Kind words in unkind times, my friend. Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
Another escapee? Thank the Lord. I need all the friends I can get.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least.
I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become Illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Advocatus Diaboli. A devil's advocate. A champion in the blood war between diabolical forces and demons.
A devil's advocate. Do you think she'll bring the... You fear she leads the blood war here, huh? Ooh, very much like how they did the emotes with the Dragonborn. Not how they did with everybody else. But you kind of need that with basically a non-human species. That's even going for elves and dwarves. Because they're basically human, as close as human you can get.
That ship sailed the Styx already. All I can hope for is to limit the damage. Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill.
I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her.
She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
Well, I can help you cast this devil back into the hells, but I am not as powerful as I would have been with this infestation, which I am currently looking for a cure for. If you would join up, I would help you, and I would help you look for a cure.
Just so you know, my first duty is Karlach. I'm oath-bound to go after her, but I won't deny this infection is bothersome. I accept your invitation. You'll need to make room if you want to partner up, though. Still, when the time comes, call for the blade. I won't be long to answer.
Well, if you wish to join with us, you can find our camp here on the map, right? Just right here. You know, I always mark it right here on the map. You see the map I'm holding right here? No? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me adjust it for your good eye.
A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
I don't like it how they just disappear like when they were doing something.
I saw you at the gates. You fight well. A few words for the kids? Spare a story or two.
You know, it's always a good idea to tell children the truth, almost all the time. But don't be stupid, okay? Death will come for us all, but don't be stupid and just rush into it. Be strong and watch over your family and loved ones. And even those you kind of hate. They're idiots, yes. But they're still kin. Watch over them. In trust, there is unity. In unity and trust, there is victory. Still think that was a bit of a set piece.
I prefer when they smile.
How long until Roland...
Look at them beaming. You did that.
Swing and swing. Parry.
True.
And again. Swing. Step. Parry. Strike. Damn it! It's just not landing.
That is a interesting technique. You having some sort of problem in landing the blow or blocking?
Nothing but. Goblins in the wild, out for blood, and the druids in
Still
here.
kind of like how they're doing the rough here in the armor.
I need to be ready for a fight, but I'm useless with a sword.
Kind of, and like how they done the spine here, but why leather? I understand it as a like a cushioning for like blunt weapons, but a blade will go right through it. Especially. Read thoughts. Well, let's try to delve into his mind. Come on. Oh man, she doesn't have guidance. Oh, come on. Well, I'll make it as long as it's not a crit. Oh, it was just a nat 10.
He was only a boy. And I just froze while the wall tore his head clean off. Never again.
I guess Shadowheart does have a point about locking your memories and thoughts away, especially around people that can frickin' read minds. Okay. Clear your mind. Imagine a flame. That flame is dim, but try feeding all your thoughts, all your cares into that flame and try making that flame grow into a raging fire. And try to maintain that fire and just live in the moment. The past doesn't matter. The future does not matter. The only thing that matters is the here and now. What your actions do does not should not concern you. What your actions did should not have any grasp on you. Just focus on the here and now. Focus on the target.
You're right. I need to clear my head. And step, parry, step, step, swing. Yes! You really know what you're doing. Found this by the road. Bet you'll put it to good use.
One last thing. Don't shout your moves out. It kinda spoils the surprise for your foe and lets them know what you're going to be doing. Lets them know what your next attack's going to be.
Oh, yes. I'll bite my tongue when
And it's kind of annoying how the leather's moving around like that. Well, keep training in time. You'll make short work of any goblin or anyone else that seeks to harm you, for that matter.
Hopefully, it's just the goblins we have to worry about. The druids are treating us like vermin. But I'll keep at it. Thank you.
He's got that. I wonder if he's a swashbuckler class. If he's a multi-classing between fighter and rogue, which I believe would actually be a swashbuckler. He's kind of got that demeanor of swashbuckler around him. Oh, I've got to. We're here. Spider, raven, rat. Kitty! We've got to distract everybody.
Swing and swivel and wait.
Wait.
Now lunge. Excellent.
Where is everybody? Why were we ungrouped?
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Will lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
Let's go terrorize a survivor of a rather gruesome battle.
By Mordai's eyes. Another one. My friend's blood not enough.
I do not like how it folded.
Me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Monster? Who are you calling a monster? As a Dragonborn, I will give the Tiefling a menacing, if not, if a glares, a menacing glare, if not a glare that could cast a ray of daggers, of king daggers.
Lower.
On your knees, she won't say it again.
You saw another gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate. Near the mountain pass. Saw us for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
I don't know how to feel.
Gods, deliver me.
I don't know how to feel about that. To kind of snicker and wonder if he urinated himself, or kind of feel queasy in my stomach how that armor should not have bitten like that.
The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
You're so suspicious of everybody that you don't suspect yourself. You know, you're a dab hand at investigation and interrogation. Especially the interrogating part. You may have a need of that skill to come.
A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The Tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
Oh, that just makes me want to... That just makes my stomach want to just go up into my throat and just come out, because that metal is not... Because the metal pauldrons and everything are bending the wrong way. They're bending like cloth. Or very supple leather. Huh? Did you just say tieflings?
I am unfamiliar with the... Well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this... Fey run.
No, not Faerun. It's Faerun. Or rune, like a rune stone. It has that little accenty thingy over the U, so it's Faerun. But don't worry. A lot of people, a lot of foreigners and people not familiar with it say Faerun, because they don't really register the little archy thing over the U as a to make it go Faerun. as a Fey, or to make it think Fey Orun, as in ruinous, and you got to do the R. You got to roll the R. Feyrun. You almost got to speak it like a dwarf. As a matter of fact, that's about the only appropriate way I've heard somebody speak it was from dwarves. It's basically Feyrun. So, what do you mean by purification?
The creche holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
I may have to take those pauldrons off.
Be wary of false promises. The missing druid, Halsin, was it? He may be talented, but only a Githyanki Zaithis can cleanse an embedded tadpole.
Are you sure a creche is our only path to a cure?
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Zaithisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir Library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
I do not wish to disrespect you or your queen, but books are fallible, as are those who write them. So are tablets and scrolls and just about any kind of a written medium. And also oral tradition and oral medium. All types of information is incredibly fallible.
Not books, but slates. Wisdom so profound it is etched into stone. Truth as perfect as the queen who decreed it. Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Something the matter?
I would like to see something. We're getting there. Hers went like from like down here to boom with just all that, just like with us just going to Zoru, just obey her. Huh. What's going on over here? Oh no.
You ain't gonna shoot me. Your hands are shaking.
Put it down. She can't fight back.
That's the point. Get out of the way!
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Shoot before you lose your nerve, Tiefling. If you ever had it to begin with.
Look, I can't allow this. At least let her have a fighting chance. Or him. I'm not too good with the Goblin society.
Salute sent me a protector. You gonna kill her too? You move!
I'm gonna... Look, I can read minds. Why not use it? Especially if it's magical mind reading. Mistra would approve. Three. Oh, just by one. Actually, by two, cause 12 I have to meet or beat.
But he's not here. They took him from me.
I have a question for you. What would Ganon think of you right now?
Don't you dare!
I dare. It looks so snug.
You.
Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
I would say because she's not target practice, she's a person. But she a goblin prisoner. Her life is not yours to take.
Your soft heart will be the death of us.
Not sure I get that. The bars don't make her special. But fine. Whatever.
It's all right, Arca. Let's go.
I'm gonna bite the heads off your kids, and your birdies, and your dogs!
Gale, you're wanting to talk?
Tiring business, isn't it? All this traveling and adventuring. Why don't we take a little break, hmm? Allow ourselves a few moments of rest? Gives me a chance to talk to you about something, well, rather important.
Rather important, no less, huh? Sounds important, no less. Speak freely, Gale. What's on your mind?
We've been on the road together for a while now, haven't we? Survived some perils, overcame some obstacles. Ever since you were kind enough to free me from that stone, I've seen you demonstrate remarkable guile and courage. The way you diffused the tension between Zevlor and Aradin. The way you stood in front of a crossbow to prevent a murder. In short, I've grown to trust you.
I'm smelling some very fishy bait. That's very gratifying to hear, but enough of the flattery. Where's this leading?
I was being quite sincere, I assure you.
Oh man, he disapproved.
The reason I make a point of saying this is that I've grown confident enough to tell you something I've yet to tell another living soul, except for my cat. You see, I have this condition. Very different from the parasite we share, but just as deadly.
Is it... Well, first off, what kind of condition? Is it contagious? Can it be cured? No, he hasn't been lying to me this whole time because I never bothered to ask. Just like he never bothered to ask if I'm kind of insane or not. What kind of condition are we speaking of here, Gale?
The specifics are rather personal, but suffice it to say that it is a malady I've learned to live with, though not without some effort. What it comes down to is this. Every so often, I need to get my hands on a powerful magical item and absorb the weave inside.
Your illness causes you to consume raw magic. I'm going to need a few more details on that one, Gale.
I can say no more on the matter. Not now, anyway. Just trust me when I say it's all of vital importance. It's been days since I last consumed an artifact, since before we were abducted. It's only a matter of time before my craving returns. That is why I turn to you. I need you to help me find magic items to consume. It is vital. Dare I say it? Critical.
Where do you suggest we find the artifacts you need?
We've already done the finding. In fact, you have one in your possession. You know for yourself how hard-won such an item was, and it will be no easier when even more are required to assuage my hunger. There'll be danger involved, or great cost.
Well, actually, I had no plans on really using any more magical items than I could summon myself. Because I kinda have the ability just to craft magic items. What exactly would I risk Nah. Well... Well, yeah, why exactly would I risk either of those things for a wizard I barely know?
Valid question. If not out of the simple goodness of your heart, then perhaps your own self-interest might be sufficient motivation. Having a wizard like me around is quite the boon when facing the perils that stalk these lands. Far harder for me to assist you if I can barely stand upright. Please, trust me. Your help could be the difference between life and death.
I'm actually going to use the tadpole to see what exactly is the root of Gale's request. Hey, DM, I'm going to need a wisdom check here. No crit, no crit. Oh, thank goodness.
You become one with Gale's mind, and you can feel something sinister oppressing you. It's inside of you, a mighty darkness radiating from your chest. You could try to push further, but your hold over Gale feels brittle. It won't be easy delving deeper without him noticing.
And this is where I am going to do a little cheating to ensure I get... Come on. Load. We mod. To ensure I get well, to ensure I succeed at this.
You see through Gale's eyes, staring down the corridors of a dread memory. A book, bound, and suddenly opened. Inside there are no pages, only a swirling mass of blackest weave that pounces. Its teeth, its claws, it's unstoppable as it digs through and becomes part of you. And gods, is it ever hungry.
Keeping me in suspense, are you? Come on, tell me. Do we have an agreement or not?
I am just going to kind of just hesitate because what I just saw is rather frightful.
It's a simple question, isn't it? What gives you pause?
I'm going to save it right here. He asked. I'm going to risk telling Gale what the tadpole showed me.
What? You used that thing against me and you saw after I told you? You had no right. None at all. I've a good mind to turn around and depart this little company of ours immediately. I'd rather be alone than spend another moment in the presence of someone inclined to such unjustified invasions of privacy.
Well, he did not like that. I bet not nobody did that. Well, I had to be forthright. I could insider persuasion. Well, I'm going to save again. And I'm definitely making sure the cheat's still on. Be reasonable, Gale. You consider your condition is unstable, possibly dangerous. I needed to know.
The need remains debatable, but I recognize your responsibility.
Perhaps my reaction was a tad volatile, the irony of which is not lost on me. though it needs remain so on you for the time being. I hope that the glimpse you caught of my condition convinced you of the urgency in treating it. Can I count on you to give me the artifacts I need?
He did not lie to me. He did not lie to me. He said he had a condition. He said he needed magic to keep it. Of course, I'd be happy to help you.
Thank you. I see my trust in you was not misplaced. I'm sure we won't have to look very far to find what I need. Faerun overflows with magic-infused treasure. As do our packs, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yes, they do.
Such an item already in our possession. Primed for the moment the need arises. I hope I can count on you. Oh, and as far as that tadpole trickery goes, I really do trust you'll not be so untoward again.
I will not, no. But this, I had to know. I bet nobody else has done that one. They just like, oh yeah.
Ain't sure why you're protecting me. Don't care neither. It's too late to make friends, warg meat. My tribe's coming. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of the Absolute and hang you by your guts.
But yeah, I did have a responsibility, not just to myself, but to the party and those around me. I had to know. So, a little detect thought, a little tadpole trick. I had to know. So, as a wizard, in all my studies, I have never once came upon a reference to a god or deity called quote the Absolute.
Goddess.
Okay.
Burning her name across the face of the world we are. The Absolute is gold from the sky she is. The blessing in the storm and the storm itself.
Forgive me, goddess. You have caught my interest. Do you have any holy text I may refer to learn about your deity?
My tribe can tell you everything there is to know. Absolute blessed one of our own. Priestess Gut. Got a whole lab set up. Cooks up potions that fix our lads, no matter how much of a beating they take. Could probably stick your head back on if someone was to chop it off. Mighty booyog.
Booyog. The goblin word for magic. Primitive to a fault, but not entirely without merit.
Well, if she's able to do all that through this Absolute, I would certainly very much like making her acquaintance.
Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal?
You have a deal on that one.
Then hurry up and do it. My tribe ain't as friendly as I am.
I wonder what Gale's...
Sorry! Every last one.
Okay, so it really didn't affect approval rating.
Shoes. Where are my boots?
You're wearing them? No. She said boots. She's wearing her shoes.
Goblins, druids. This grove is a death trap. Grab what you can and get out. That's my advice.
Speaking of dialogue history, yeah, I need to make this darker.
I told you. Not now.
No, you did not.
Having fun with your new goblin friend? Bet you aren't.
Not entirely. No.
Say that? I'm just sad.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection's pretty slim.
Ooh, I like his eyes.
My equipment in Eltera.
This forge is barely holding on by a thread. Are you the camp smith?
Of sorts. Used to be a bread and butter tinsmith before Elturel fell into Avernus. These days my talents are more eclectic. Learned a lot in my time in the Hells. Hope to forget most of it. But between you and me, there's nothing in all the realms like the utter power of infernal machinery. Alas, my offerings are far more humble these days.
You know, for a tiefling, Lae'zel's got me doing that. For a tiefling, he's rather handsome. Hide armor. Battle axe. Okay. Flame arrows. Rapier, padded armor. Scale. Metal boots. Oh, die remover, definitely. Die remover. Light blue dye. Red dye. I'll stock up on these. But on these I don't have to replenish, so now I'll leave you be then.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me, too. I'm just sad.
Lee and Roland would never admit it, but they take an arrow for the other.
He doesn't look that bad either.
Not sure what'll come first. Thanks for cutting in. There might have been more than words if you hadn't.
But I like the smith's eyes better.
We should have left by now. Damnation! Instead, we're just sitting here, practically begging to be attacked. Staying is a mistake.
I like his hair, but his face is too sharp for my opinion. I like the smith better. Well, why the rush to leave?
You don't understand. My apprenticeship with Leroican begins shortly. I cannot be late. Yes, that Leroican. The greatest wizard in Baldur's Gate.
He's still...
Name before, a young man, yes? Lives in Ramesses Tower in the upper city.
The very same.
Word in Waterdeep has it he's a bit of a cad. But you say he's an accomplished wizard.
Of course he is. The greatest spellcaster along the Sword Coast. As if I'd settle for a lesser mentor.
In that case, I'd very much appreciate it if you could arrange an introduction, should we reach the city.
Actually, that is a very good idea. Powerful acquaintances never hurt.
If it's powerful acquaintances you're after, you have to look no further than yours truly. Few can match me, in either magic or talent. In years to come, you will boast of this meeting, I can assure you. May we meet again in Baldur's Gate, my friend.
Good journey.
Shame the goblins didn't kill me, too.
Those goblins will rue the day they chose to tangle with this grove. You and I will do some good here. I can feel it.
And for some salt.
Auntie Ethel. She's new.
You! Saw you fighting those slimy bastards. Fancy a bowl? Best to fill your belly now, while we still can.
A bowl of gray goo reminds me of home. Agreed. Hungry warriors make for easy prey.
You've been on hard times too, huh?
Hey, it's gruel. It's oatmeal, okay? It's oatmeal. It's gruel. No. Well, no worse than what y'all are facing right now.
Look in your eyes says otherwise.
Always the eyes.
Here, have more. We'll need every bit of strength to make it to Baldur's Gate. Trust me.
Thanks.
If it isn't the talk of the camp. It's a rare day when I see one of you lot about. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh! There isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
What are you, an alchemist?
Oh, nothing as fancy as that. But I come from a long line of women with a dab hand at such things.
I think I know who she is.
Aha! You take a sup at that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
And what is this exactly?
Oh, 'tis just a healing potion, nothing fancy. Here. You just look like you might need a pick-me-up. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky.
I've been better, it's just difficult to explain.
Oh, I've seen it all. I once had a fella who'd been caught dabbling with a dryad. The wife was none too pleased and introduced him to a pot of boiling oil. But worry not. I fixed him up, and depending on the lighting, he looks good as new. My point is, whatever ails you, I promise I've seen worse.
Something doesn't add up about this one. Don't tell her anything.
What is it, Petal? What's wrong?
I believe I know exactly who she is, and I'm going to take Shadowheart's advice. I'm sorry, but this is none of... I can't tell you. It's none of your concern.
Get your knickers in a twist. I was only asking. Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
If you do, I would really much like to see what you have.
Hey, bother.
Mirror images. Ruby ring. Invisibility. I will take the herbs, the herbals. Mirror image. That's actually a rather good spell. Wait. Heal giant strength. 7/6. Greater healing. Potion of healing. No, actually, they may. I think I know exactly who this woman is, and so list. What kind? It's a quarterstaff. And Gale can absorb it. I will offer. It's okay.
Take care now, sweetie.
I automatically don't trust her. She just came on too strong.
I'm waiting on someone and you aren't him. Do you mind? enough to poison their blades.
Good to be back behind the walls, have to say. For as long as that lasts. Don't make me hurt you, boy.
Too late!
Ooh, one of my favorite ones.
Well enough.
Die if I met heroic and reeking of this place. I'll never get the smell out of my clothes.
Well, it's better than horse. I myself cannot stand the smell of horse.
Give it back, kid.
I already...
Only gonna ask you one more time, boy. Hand over my locket.
I don't have your ugly locket. I've never seen it before.
Hand it over or I'll slap the teeth out of your head.
Don't you dare lay a finger on that child. No matter what he did, you're not his parents. Or guardians. Or grandparents. Or uncle. Or even his aunt.
You threatening me?
Raise your hand to that child and you'll lose it. Your choice. Yes, I am.
You don't understand. The kid stole my locket. He... Oh, the hell's with this? These little devils get away with everything because of coddling bastards like you. You'll get yours someday. I hope I get to see it.
Maybe you will, but personally, I doubt it. See you around.
How long until Roland shows off his thunder wave?
Depends.
The carrion, huh?
Dumb enough to ask.
Karen.
True.
We've known enough grief this 10-day traveler. Don't be the cause of more.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to actually prevent all this. Ooh, let's terrorize Zaru some more.
Please. I've been through enough.
Keep groveling, please.
I've been through enough.
And thrice again.
Please. I've been through enough.
I think Lazel is satisfied.
Die if I met heroic.
Damn goblins.
You had better get that looked at.
Oh, I was just gonna let it fall off, stick it in my satchel.
You too, huh?
Here near me. They all sat and watched while Zevlor near got us killed.
As a Dragonborn, you put your own people first. That's just the way it is.
And what about our people? Half the crew's lying dead back in that ruin. Even the new lad, his first contract, and we land him in a goddamn goblin nest. He actually stood and fought, the stupid bastard. Like I never trained him better.
And her wound right there, that's why you wear basically basically armor along your arms. And nice gambeson like I got. Maybe some metal band braces like I got. Maybe an additional set of maybe either leather or a padded full arm sleeves like I have. Maybe even a chain shirt. Not just bicep wraps of questionable, basically leather armlets. That is a reason why you don't go fantasy armor. Look at me. This is perfect. I'm all nicely decked out in very nice finery, but it's a very well protective gambeson. I've also got more protection for the arms if I need a block with my arms, because this is metal here. I've actually got diamonds in it, which they could come out, but they're actually really nicely, solidly set. They actually help focus my channeling. I've got additional protection here as well. The only thing that's really not protected is my head, which this crest is very hard. My hands. Even my shins have metal on them, except for my toes, which I've got to have my toes in my heels clear because there's problems with the with Dragonborn and boots. Dragonborns just go through boots like no tomorrow. Yes. Look, even a Gale over here has got a really nice... I would actually call this a gambeson. It's not as padded as mine, because mine's real padded up here. As you could probably tell, because female Dragonborn don't have mammary glands. But this makes it look like I do. Like she does, but... Even Gale has a very nice gambeson on. In a different style than a mine, of course, but he still has a gambeson on. A very thin one, but still. So you left your friend to the goblins?
These weren't no normal goblins. And Liam weren't no friend, all right? Just another raw recruit, thought he was in some storybook.
Out of your face, frightened of trouble. You're an idiot.
There you go. Wounds clean. Wounds healed. No see, that's just a mercenary company. That's the difference between a mercenary company and a party of adventurers. Adventurers are more, as Ed Green would put it, adventurers are more like a family unit. Brothers, sisters, mother and father figures, aunts, uncles, working together for just traveling and working for towards a goal. Well, mercenary companies, they're all out for themselves.
If it ain't the fearless Goblin Slayer, you sure you want to be seen with me? I ain't exactly
He's attractive.
with this lot.
He reminds me. Oh, he reminds me. Oh, I think they modeled his face, modeled him off of somebody. His face looks so familiar. You know what? I don't care. All you did was stand up for your crew. I respect that.
Half my crew are full of holes. Now I'm gonna take the blame for leading the goblins here, and losing track of the bloody druid.
Who's the druid you lost track of?
Alcin. He's a leader around these parts. Or was. We've got a contract to track down some relic, and he wanted in on the job. Eyes lit up when he heard about it. Didn't work out, though. Goblins got him when we were turning tail. He's either digging latrines or boiling in a cookpot by now.
You ran away from a few goblins.
Wasn't no few goblins, mate. There's an entire hive of them. Contract failed to mention that part.
A hive of goblins. Not as bad as a colony of kobolds. Because we all know about that particular colony of kobolds in Faerun. So, can I have a look at that contract?
Job's all yours, if you got a death wish. There's a wizard in Baldur's Gate that'll pay gobloads for a relic, supposedly buried round these parts. But gold ain't any use if you're too cold to spend it.
I don't know. There's always a resurrection spell. Any idea what that relic actually could be?
If I knew that, I wouldn't be back here with half my crew gone. But look, if you're itching to meet Kellenvor, I won't stop you. It's called the Night Song. Supposed to be hidden under the temple where the goblins jumped us.
Night song, huh?
Wish you a happy funeral. But my mate Brian kept hold of it like his own Todger. Goblins made sure to the fat old chunk.
All I've got's the contract. It'll show you where we turn back, if you feel like dying.
Well, I appreciate it.
Don't thank me. I'll be well on my way to Baldur's Gate when you die.
Do you need a few extra coin to help you on your way?
True.
Save it there. Constantly be saving in this game. Well, let's...
Baldur's Gate. They speak their language.
My love, you were a caravan escort for 3 days, and you quit in the middle of your shift.
You sound like your father.
Well, it was his caravan.
This is a cute couple.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
And a high fence to keep eavesdroppers out.
No. Eavesdroppers listen from the eaves of houses. You would actually... What you're talking about is more like a spies. I am sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm just kind of looking around here, getting my bearings. I thought this may have been another way around. But good luck to the both of you.
Thanks. I suppose we'll all need it.
What about you? Big plans for when you get to the city?
Plans... Just surviving the journey is ambitious enough. But usually when I get to boulders, I usually keep to myself. People tend to stare at me. Though a pint in a clean room would do me good. But with that, I'll actually be seeking the warmth of the Elf Song Tavern.
I think I've heard of that place. Something about a stuffed dragon's head in one of the dining rooms. It's settled, Dennis. You, me, and the Elf Song Tavern first thing when we arrive. If we see you there, we'll get you a pint. For your finder's fee.
Ah, thanks. You know, I didn't notice there was a cavern back here. I mean, a chasm. Yeah.
I need a quick word. You're the one who helped at the gate. Glad to have another sword. We might need it.
How many swords would you like? I can just conjure them up for you. I've got actually several that Gel probably won't be able to employ.
Have you spoken to Korga?
Not yet, but I would actually like to discuss something else.
What is it?
What brings your people out into the wilds?
We are refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls and goblins attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the Descent.
The Descent. An infernal conspiracy that had seen the entire city of Elturel briefly dragged to the hells.
Sheesh, yeah. Call out to the, what is it? Descent to Avernus, a module for the actual tabletop Dungeons and Dragons game. Well, if your people survive that, they'll survive anything.
So I hoped, but we've lost so many already. And more will die if we're forced out again.
Why did Halsin go with the adventurers?
Some artifact Aradin was hunting. I don't know any more than that, and I don't want to. This grove is poorer for losing Halsin, but I have my own people's concerns to look to.
Well, I will take my leave then.
No word from the scouts yet?
No, sir. But if there's a clear path past those goblins, they'll find it.
Yes, of course.
Eltergard. A lot of territory to cover before Baldur's Gate. And any cure found there.
Notes and ciphers, the freshest ink mark, goblins and gnolls shown gathering in the forests and hills nearby. Bet nobody's actually even done that one either. Just come up here and Traveler's Tale to Baldur's Gate. Variety of for better or worse, the voted will find a place of worship to do. Let it be fully understood by any who wishes to visit their criminal enterprise and thrive as hard as the rest. This is true. The Risen Road. Y'all can pause it, because I don't think we've read these yet. I'm just going to skim through these. To the east, Moonrise Towers. Toll is required for onwards passage of goods and folks alike. Some are tempted to go off-road in order, however, bandits and other dangers. Interesting. Front and center, a thespian's memoirs. In fact, the greatest joy of my life has been acting, but becoming. When you choose a character to play, you don't just wear a mask. You take on a little of their soul for your own. Whoever you are, in your heart of hearts changes, if only for the faintest time. This is true for me when I start writing, especially when it comes to like getting into the characters. It's just like the character themselves take over and just start talking for some reason. The origins of Zentarium? Oh, this one. Metaphysics. Or the metatext. For most of the Forgotten Realms lore, go to Candlekeep, everyone. As in the Candlekeep library, the Candlekeep website. That thing has been running for decades. I used to go there when I was younger. And boy, did I get lost in it, just reading everything, like from what Ed Greenwood had to say, to what was in the video games, to what was gleaned from the books. I think I spoke to everyone.
Easy money.
I wonder if I can climb up here. Nope. Fly! Fly me to the moon. Let me see the stars. Yes, I sing badly specifically.
Goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight.
Not with that attitude. Well, actually. Well, not with that attitude. Fight and win.
There's optimism, and then there's stupid, hun. Plenty of us fell to monsters already. I don't see the rest of us lasting long out there.
How much product does she put in her hair?
Will. Why not put a little gold on the line?
How are you going to take my gold if you're dead?
I'm sure you're good for it. Just leave the gold on my corpse.
This explains so much.
I'm sure you'll last longer than us.
All right, you're on.
Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate. Looking forward to it. So many ways to die.
Oh, you have no idea. Just by stubbing your toe, you can actually lead to death. Which I think actually what happened to the inventor of Jim Beam. I think it was like a major whiskey producer that's currently going. Couldn't remember his the combination to his safe that had the recipe his recipe in it. So he kept trying and trying and trying. He knew the combination to the safe by heart. But eventually he just got he kept getting frustrated and more frustrated and more frustrated. And he kept screwing up and screwing up and screwing up, and then finally he just kicked the safe so hard he broke one of his toes, which led to a blood clot, which led to him passing away from the blood clot. All because he couldn't, because of that one thing everybody has. Why can't I remember something I do like every single day?
This place is a bloody death trap, not a sanctuary. You should clear off while you can.
Be gone. I am hungry.
Good, the passive works. A bored ox.
Out forever. This is no fault.
Another one. What are you under there then? Ant? Or ox?
Maybe I'm an ox too.
You have the smell, but I do not think so. You are not like the keepers here. They become birds, to hunt on the wing. Bears to tear flesh with teeth. But for me, only oxen, only same old hay. And I cannot even eat it, because the horned ones hide their shiny bits inside.
Shiny bits? The tieflings put something in your hay?
Hiding things. Thinking they're clever. Not clever. Sometimes I eat the shiny bits, and they have to go looking for them on the other end.
What's in the pouch? What's in the pouch? An agate and gold.
I'd swear that ox's gaze is following me.
Ah, you're addressing me, a humble ox. How quaint.
But I will say this. The oxen, which is actually just a term for working cattle. So that is a working cow. Just confirmed Dragonborn smell like cattle. They smell like cows. So There's something strange about this rather small ox, which seems to be fully grown. Which, no, they don't grow like that, because it's already got it's got its adult horns, but it's too small to be, no.
Something's off. This creature isn't what it appears to be.
There's something more to you than meets the eye. Would you care to explain?
No. You are incapable.
Oh, come on, old chap. I am a devil for gossip and information. Can't you just share just a little bit? Just a little bit, just a drop. I got to know. 23. And another good number for me. 21 as well.
I'll tell you this much. I'm going to Baldur's Gate, with or without the rest of these poor sods. Now, that's all I have to say besides, and I really mean this, moo.
Huh.
Tick-tock.
Funny.
I thought you said you were only going to say moo.
Swing and swivel and wait. Now lunge. One more time.
Ooh, trap. No, it's locked. It's locked for a reason. Metallic gloves.
Whoa. Hey. Can't say I've ever seen someone like you before. Go on. Take this ring. It's lucky.
That was actually a rather fancy trick there.
You haven't seen anything yet, lady. Go on. Take the ring and watch your fortune change.
I could actually do you one better. Come on. 9! I cannot do it! 9! Language joke there.
Weeping, bleeding hells! Okay, maybe you don't need extra luck. But since you're already holding the thing, call it. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails it is! See? That's the kind of luck you get from one of my lucky rings. I've got more where that came from. Real cheap, too. Interested? Okay, fair. Let's go again. Heads or tails? Call it.
Heads.
Heads it is! There. Happy?
You know, just by eyeing this ring, I can automatically tell the runes on it are nothing but gibberish.
Hey, not so loud. You caught me. All right. They're not lucky rings. I'm just trying to earn money for my family. My father left and my mother, she's so sick. I wish I had better things to sell than trinkets, but it's all I have.
You know what? That's a... You know what? That's a pretty nice scam you got going on there.
I don't know what you mean.
Come on, this is a Tinker trash scam, a clumsy one.
Hey, that hurts. I'm running an honest... okay, what's a Tinker's trash?
It's when a scammer offers a target a magic object.
Uh-huh.
Then rigs a game to gain the target's trust and sell them trash.
Huh. Interesting. And I promise, this isn't a Tinker's trash scam.
Then what kind of con is it?
Look, I swear to you, these rings are the real deal. I promise, I'm not running a scam. Last chance. You want to look at my stuff or not?
Actually, yes, I do want to look at your stuff.
I knew it. Hang on.
So that's what happens when you do the Tinker stuff.
That's what I got.
Okay, I'll take the... Actually, I got about 300, so... Barbell's Guide to Distractions. I will take your rings. That is a ring of really being really invisible. Or perhaps it's just really invisible. Lucky Anesis. Resistance to ants. Actually, he never said the wishes would have to come true. Now, what did he? Why do you have that one? Where did you get that? I'll take the grapes. That's why you got those, but I'm not going to question it. Fire swill. No, I don't want clamshell. He has a whole chicken. Pork loin. Some, that... Sun melon! Ooh, spicy pork sausage. Dried beef sausage. Sausage links. Horseradish. Chicken egg. Yeesh. Beesh. There is no red snapper! Ooh, shrimp soup. Camp supplies. 350. There's really nothing else here. I kind of want the dyes, but I can get them also get them elsewhere. And I could just summon these, so
You bought some.
You suddenly feel something moving against your back and turn.
Look, I got the ability to detect thoughts, or at least surface thoughts. I'm going to use it. Oh, I'm going to say, oh, shoot, that was a crit failure. Like, I'm not in the mood for it. I'm a little bit too peeved.
You see her hand in your bags, and the shame in her heart.
I am not going to lunge for her. You know, there's something tells me that thieving life isn't for you. At least not when it comes to pickpocketing.
I can't do this anymore, Mattis. I'm sorry.
Yeah, her tears are actually golden. I'm gonna save it here because I still want to use him. Or her.
Hey, you here to trade or?
I want to leave.
Hi, I guess.
I leave.
Hey, you here to trade or?
No, your partner's a thief, you know that?
Yeah, I know. I was standing right here telling her to rob you.
You wanna know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna be investing in this Thieves Guild. I want something else out of it. You know you can make it right by giving me a, take of the Give me a take of your, your profits.
Fine. I'm not so good at counting, but I think any percentage of 0 is 0. Look, you caught her. Good for you. You aren't a chump like everyone else around here. Now, do me a favor. Make room for the chumps. Think you could stand back a ways, pal? I'm fishing for chumps here.
Why do I think that's a girl? It's because I like the idea. That's why.
Please, let us through.
It is forbidden.
Let my daughter go right now!
She's a thief, hellspawn. And you will wait for Corvus' judgment. Now get back!
Oh, let me through, Ragrasham, or I'll rip your damn throat out!
I want to boop that snoot. I just want to go up there and go, boop. It just looks so wet. I just want to go up there and go, boop. Of course, you'd probably take it as a sign of aggression.
Rituals you want. We're not leaving till
Damn it! We could have taken them. We need to get Arabella out. Now!
You heard the guards. They're waiting on Corker to give word.
I'd sooner trek through the 9 hells than trust that snake. Ugh!
Well, I just saw what happened. Why are there the druids holding your daughter? Normally, the druids really aren't this aggressive unless something was out of balance.
Arabella tried to steal their idol. Druids lost their damn minds about it. They need it for their precious ritual.
Oh, it's all my fault. I told her I wished the wretched thing would just disappear, or better yet, explode.
Now Arabella's being judged by a bunch of druids who hate us. That's not right.
Sounds like she made the fatal mistake of getting caught. We shouldn't get involved.
That's sure a thing for everything, but if you don't get involved, you don't get experience. If you don't get experience, you don't get the loot from the things that provided you experience. Well, thieves do deserve to get punished, but it depends on how bad. It depends on the severity of the crime. It is kind of their fault, but maybe not. They probably were parenting her. They just weren't really watching it. And besides, you can't parent the child 24/7. That's helicopter parenting, and that's just not healthy. They do have their work cut out for them, but she's just a child. The druids may be overreacting, so I think I'd better go talk to them.
Thank you. They won't give us the time of day.
Hurry! I'm at the end of my tether as is. Can't take this waiting.
Try greasing palms. Ease things over.
Because that went so
Lives are at stake, and the cowards only care about their bloody rituals.
Those dirt kissers would let us die for the sake of their bloody grove.
You have no idea how important this grove is. It kind of stabilizes the area's geology and ecology.
We could help each other, fight the goblins together. Instead, these fools are trying to chase us away.
This is kind of where magic is grounded. Kind of like an important part of the weave itself. I can't resist. I gotta go boop the snoot.
Carl Magrin, give her a chance. You, get back!
I am not looking for trouble. Can't you just let me by?
No, and you'll find trouble all the same unless you get out of my sight.
A moment, Giona.
What? Oh, I understand. You. Apparently Korga wants to see you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say is my, but technically the druid is an animal right now, but he didn't apparently say anything. He just yelled at us. Oh, never mind. Volo, 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 Volo. Apparently he's like been in every Baldur's Gate. Was he also in Neverwinter Nights? I don't know.
You there! Ah, my good friend. You were at the gates just now, no? When the goblins came? You saw them up close? A few questions, if you please. There's no overstating my interest.
There is no overstating my disinterest. I have no time for questions. No, 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 no. This... You automatically recognize Volo. This is Volo. As in Volo's Guide to the Realm? Volo's Guide to Magic? Volo the Storyteller? Volo the Liar? One of my favorite characters because he's an unreliable narrator, just like Elminster. But Elminster actually has to edit Volo's works because Volo can be so unreliable that it's too fantastical. Ask your questions.
Glory. Now then, how would you describe that particular batch of goblins? Size, nature, distinguishing qualities?
You search your mind, successfully recalling various details of goblin behavior.
My character, Corvus recognizes Volo on sight. She knows exact kind of what he does with details like this. And she is going to bullshit him. Goblins, hardly. They were shape-shifted divas.
Ye gods! Can it be? How terribly compelling.
Also,
The dragon they had marching in the rear, was it of the brass or silver variety?
Also, we're kind of a storyteller ourselves, so we know how to spice this up. A brass hogwash. A brass or silver dragon would never be accompanied with them. They would die a million deaths before allying with goblins.
Witnesses noticed red dragon marching at rear. Last question, then you'll be quite free. Did the attackers rally to the absolute when they fell upon the gates?
Why, yes, vehemently they called out the name like a vicious war cry.
They did, didn't they? Oh, curious. Oh, curious indeed.
Of course, all this is bullshit, but...
a captive in this very camp. She reports they've abandoned their god Maglabiet in favor of someone called the Absolute. The scandal!
But of course, all this is a goblin superstition, nothing to be bothered about, and surely not anything worth the ink and parchment, let alone to be committed to memory.
Ah, but is superstition all? These goblins are informed by a kind of strategy anathema to their kind. I, for one, intend to get to the bottom of it. I'm just preparing to head to their camp as we speak, in fact. If you'll excuse me, I ought not to dawdle.
Just, wait one moment if you would, sir. About our conversation earlier, why the dragon?
My friend, every story benefits from a dragon. Until we meet again.
That sums about up that sums about up the reason for the Dragonborn. But yes, he is correct. Every story benefits from a dragon.
Just a moment. This man is recording my story. I am far from home.
As the colourful man starts scribbling, the bear sneaks a quick look at the page. His brow furrows. Incomprehensible squiggles surround a crude sketch. A bear disemboweling a clutch of tieflings.
Ah, the hint that will eventually come true. Miniature giant space hamsters.
Amongst these adventurers.
Or just regular hamsters, or just slightly large hamsters. I don't know. Do y'all?
Keep their confidence if you insist.
Ah, sit. Fish, fish.
He didn't come back, did he? His smell is gone. He's gone.
I'm saving it. You know, you're the saddest bear I've ever seen. This is so depressing. I'm now depressed.
Then leave.
I'm loading it. I just had to because I'd never clicked on that one. Yeah, we're already... Have we already been save scumming? Oh well. Yeah, this game kind of feels save scummish, but eh. So is D&D. Like, can I go back and redo that? Kinda, yeah. FYI, never give a fly cat coffee.
He didn't come back, did he? His smell is gone. He's gone.
Who are you looking for?
Master, he left with the weaponed two legs. He said he'd be back. But I can smell them, the weaponed ones, and I cannot smell him. He's not coming back.
You look strong. Why not go after him?
No, the woods have gone dark. There's too many predators lately, and I was never the strong one.
Oh, he's eating the fish. I wonder if I bring him fish. I'm gonna have to figure out what's all that's about.
Yes, I see. And is that her with two R's or one?
Nah, with two...
Have a word. Something the matter?
Something matter is, yes, I think it's about time to camp. So, yep, it's about time. Oh, short rest, long rest. Yeah, it's time for a long rest, folks. That means we're... Don't look too bad. Actually, kind of a, almost like a, kind of Oriental and Eastern thing going on here. Like Faerun Eastern. People want to talk. Hey, I haven't gotten the, vampire dude yet. Wonder why. D20s don't work like that unless you got a dice sling. And those things have a mind of their own.
Finally, some good fortune. Come morning, we know what to do. The sooner we find this priestess gut, the better. Can't wait to get rid of this thing in my head.
So what will come next for you once this is all over?
Head to Baldur's Gate. Someone's waiting for me.
Yes. Would you mind telling me who?
Let a girl have some secrets. Was there anything else?
No. We got in trouble with Gale on that one, and I'm not probing. Would probably lose trust on her. So, how are you feeling?
The same. These parasites are proving suspiciously benign. But suppose I turn. What would you do?
No, tied up, no, because Illithid's powers are all psionic for the most part. They are arcane, but they're psionic. Well, no hesitation. Right then and there, just probably... I don't know which spell I'd use. Maybe a combination. Most likely telekinesis. But I would end you right then and there. It'd be over. Within a matter of several seconds.
A firm answer. I'd do the same. We'll need that kind of thinking to make it through all this. You're doing well. It's a beautiful night. I think I'll stay up to enjoy it while I still can. Rest well.
A fine evening, don't you think? The moonlight shines warmly on us. The breeze caresses our faces. Hideous. All of it. Would that I were doing battle up there, among the tears.
The Tears of Selûne, you mean?
Yes. Rocky bodies named after a false goddess. Look above. Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crush, Kalir.
Are all Githyanki from the Tears, or are you more spread out than that?
Your curiosity is to be commended. Githyanki are hatched in creches all throughout realm space. Kalir is one of many. It's there I first saw a Kithrak mount a red dragon. Where I slit my cousins' throats at the Vaj's command. But enough of this. You are wasting your resting time. Come dawn, we resume our search for a creche.
I really wish I could just walk.
tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel?
Surprisingly fine in spite of it all.
Surprising is just the word, isn't it? Before the Illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, I've showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash.
Something special about us, or at least something special about our tadpoles. That's what I am thinking of. The tadpoles could have been created to do something else besides transform us.
Indeed. Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday.
And awaiting an activation signal.
I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next.
No, the why matters.
Plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think.
See if Gale has anything to say.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
You know, I was wondering, that condition of yours, why does it require magic? I don't know. I don't like the emphasis on the before the emphasis. I like the emphasis on the emphasis.
Think of it as tribute. The kind a king might pay to a more powerful neighbor to avoid invasion. As long as I pay, there will be peace. But should I ever stop, along comes a war. I can assure you, the battlefield would extend well beyond the borders of my body alone.
Well, I have some magical artifacts if you're interested. I could create some more, but I do not know if they're to your particular palette.
Your enterprising approach to my problem is most encouraging. But it is a delicate process to keep my condition stable. I do not yet need to consume an item, but keep it close by. It will not be too much longer.
Rest well, Gale. I'm gonna have Kitty. Nope, I'm gonna have Kitty over here. Auto select. It's just kind of mushrooms. We're having grapes for dessert. For dessert, potatoes, horseradish, an egg, fish. Yeah, we're having a little bit of everything. And frites. So we basically made French fries. We're having fish and chips and sausage. We're having fish and chips. Because we gotta have the batter, you know. Because we had the chicken eggs. We're having fried fish, you know, with the powdered. Because we may have crushed the glow caps into a powder, which we fried along with the horseradish. So yeah, we're having a sausage, fish and chips. No kitty in it. Oh well. Well, folks, it's been a bit over 2 hours, and the stream's coming to an end. Feel free to go back and watch the rest of this. I always have this on DVR, so feel free to go back and watch the rest of it. But the stream's coming to a close, so this is the end of the video. So let's save it one final time. And you know what that means? That means the spiel's coming on, I think. Do I feel like the spiel today? Well, not the first one, because y'all already know what to do. Because y'all would have done it anyways, because I'm not going to remind you of doing that. But I will remind you of my catchphrase, which is more of a philosophical statement. And you could actually use it as a meditation question. Why enter the arena if you don't have to? Until next time, folks.